Hey guys, Andrew here with DrewFit. I want to thank you for tuning in as always. Today's video, more for the male audience, but if you're a female and have a significant other, family member dealing with issues related, the topic is how to optimize your testosterone and DHT levels. DHT is a very controversial topic in the alternative health community. Some people say it's the root cause of hair loss. While the other flip side of the coin is that it's as equally important, if not more important, than having healthy testosterone levels. Overall, my opinion on it is there's no such thing as a bad hormone or a good hormone. The ultimate goal should be able to get certain hormones in the specific range that you need them to be. For instance, you don't want cortisol too high, you don't want adrenaline too high, you don't want serotonin too high. You want to keep these things at bay because they aren't bad necessarily, but they should be optimized in a way that they're used appropriately for the body. So one issue we're dealing with a lot nowadays, especially for men, is low testosterone. That's why there's so many low T centers. But another topic that's not being discussed about enough, which coincides pretty big with testosterone because they work together, is DHT, dihydrotestosterone. And that has just as many important factors in optimizing male health as testosterone does. And the ultimate goal, like I was saying, is get your body to a healthy state. So all of these hormones are in the specific range. So I broke it down into three categories: diet, lifestyle, and supplements. So let's start with diet. Number one, I talked about this in all of my videos. No matter what you're trying to achieve, whether it's improving your physique, optimizing your hormones, improving digestion, you want to make sure you're eating a nutrient-dense diet. Now that gets into a gray area where people are arguing what the most nutrient-dense diet is. I used to be pretty extreme dieter, whether it was carnivore, paleo, keto, whatever. And what I've come to learn, there's great aspects from all of these diets, and I try to combine all of them to work in my favor and not be so neurotic that you're eliminating all of these other food groups. But like I said, use them to your advantage. Now there are certain foods that are easier digestible that are going to be working towards your favor. There's some that have a great nutrient profile, so you want to stick to those ones that work towards your benefit. Avoid eating things that cause digestive stress, whether you have a gluten intolerance or you're eating a lot of raw vegetables or eating certain processed foods that cause inflammation. Obviously, you want to stick away from those foods, but implement things that do work for you. Now, I will say there's a couple of foods on here that I recommend for almost everybody. I think they're the true superfoods because of their nutrient profile is pretty insane, covers almost all of the bases. Liver is fantastic. I know a lot of people can't stomach liver. I like to eat it raw. I put a little maple syrup on there, a little salt, and it goes down pretty easy, about an ounce a day. Oysters is another fantastic one when it comes to optimizing hormonal health. And then a diet that's heavy in red meat. I feel fantastic on red meat. I feel like my testosterone is up the more red meat I'm eating, specifically steaks. Eggs are fantastic. Getting healthy levels of cholesterol. Cholesterol is the basis of creating a lot of those protective hormones within the body. Now that's another topic we can get into later. Dairy, high quality dairy is very important if you can handle it. If you can't handle dairy, I recommend things like goat milk, sheep milk, or A2 milk. A lot of those sources of dairy have a very similar nutrient profile, some better than the others. That's up for debate. But essentially you want one that agrees with you and is easy to digest. Another thing I want to point out here is, in my opinion, you want to stick to a lower polyunsaturated fatty acid diet. Can you eliminate it completely? That's going to be very difficult, and I don't recommend that. I think getting little bits of it are not going to cause harm, but when you're eating a lot of processed foods or eating out at restaurants where they use a lot of these canola oils and stuff that are laced with insane amounts of polyunsaturated fatty acids, those have been shown to not just affect levels of testosterone, but other hormones as well. For females, it affects progesterone, increases estrogen, pregnenolone, stuff like that gets suppressed. So in my opinion, and through my experience, I recommend trying to opt for a low polyunsaturated fatty acid diet. I don't recommend skipping meals. I know there's been some studies that show, you get a brief increase in things like testosterone through intermittent fasting. I just don't think it's sustainable, and I don't think you're going to get that effect long term. I think skipping meals will downregulate your thyroid. Thyroid is responsible for basically all hormones regulation within the body. So skipping meals is not the brightest idea in my opinion. And then in regards to caloric intake, I think a slight surplus of about 200 to 400 calories above your maintenance is where I personally feel best. Maybe you'd want to play around with this. Sometimes you can achieve that at eating at maintenance, but I'm somebody that likes to exercise a lot, so my caloric intake does go up, and I'm trying to build size and not feel tanked after a heavy workout. Being in a slight caloric surplus is going to do benefits for my hormonal production, specifically testosterone and DHT. Next, lifestyle. I'm just going to hit these bullet points really quick. These are pretty straightforward. You want to optimize your sleep. I can't stress that enough. Getting about 7 to 9 hours of sleep is going to be crucial for optimizing testosterone, DHT, for women, progesterone, all of those healthy hormones. You want to optimize your sleep. That's how you're spending 1/3 of your life. Sun exposure is very crucial for hormonal optimization. I recommend, if you can't deal with sun at its brightest, at least get in the morning sun and sunrise, sunset. Very heavy in red light, and it is very low damaging effect on the skin. It's going to be heavier in red light and really light on the skin. Number 2, accomplish tasks, or 3, I should say, accomplish tasks or build something. This is pretty crucial for a lot of people. Having a stagnant life where you're not accomplishing anything or setting goals and achieving those goals, I think that's very important for the psyche, and I think it does have a major effect on hormones. I don't have a study to link that, but I think having a goal and a purpose does help you optimize your hormonal production. Competition is another one if you like to play sports. A good friendly competition, not needing to take things so seriously, but keeping that drive there, a little purpose to get better at whatever activity you're doing. Competition can help with hormone optimization. And having a social life is very important. I know with the lockdowns and everything, a lot of people dealt with social isolation, and I think that has a major impact on increasing stress hormones and downregulating things like testosterone and DHT. And also do fun activities. If you like to get outdoors, go to lakes, go skiing, snowboarding, fishing, whatever it is, try to optimize that and do it at least once a week or every 2 weeks. Make sure you're getting that in, because just sticking to a stressful regimen is going to downregulate a lot of good hormones. So you want to balance that out with doing activities that you enjoy. So that's for the lifestyle part. Now supplements are exactly that. They supplement an already healthy diet and lifestyle. I'm not going to look at any supplement as a savior unless you're getting a exogenous injection of testosterone. Will have that big of an impact. So supplements, I like the list here: creatine, tribulus, vitamin E, and aspirin. Now vitamin E and aspirin specifically work on lowering the damaging effects of polyunsaturated fatty acids within the body. So I want to point that out. Vitamin D, if you're not getting enough sunlight, is going to be pretty crucial. Shilajit, which I actually sell at alphaoriginsupplements.com, has shown to have an effect on testosterone levels, and colostrum as well. Now I'll circle it back. So taking colostrum is going to be important. It could have a direct effect on certain hormones, but the overall effect you want from colostrum is to help heal your gut. I know a lot of us are coming from diets that have damaged our intestines, created food intolerances, stuff like that. So you might not even be digesting your food appropriately or assimilating a lot of the nutrients in which you're consuming. And colostrum kind of works on that on the big picture of getting your body to a healthy state to where you can start producing these hormones endogenously, so you don't have to, take certain supplements that act specifically on increasing testosterone, increasing DHT. Like I said, you essentially want to get your body to a point where it is healthy and producing hormones within a healthy range like it should be. So those are my tips and pointers, guys. I wanted to give you guys a very brief overview of that, and I hope this helps. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them below, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.